We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love? What do we do to love?
It's our last Christmas in Ohio.
Goodbye, Ohio.
Peace. E. Say bye, Ohio. I'm driving back home now, and the boys are coming over today to say bye, to spend some time with us, and it's going to be a sad day. My best friend Jen and her husband Brad, our son's godparents, they are coming as well, and my dad and I are going to say goodbye too. So I think it's going to be a pretty sad day. Last night we said bye to Dave's parents. You know, we're going to be gone for between 6 to 7 months, which is the longest that we've ever gone without seeing our friends and family. Even with COVID in 2020, we only went about a month or a month and a half, so it's going to be tough.
A great house for us. On to our next adventure. Hey, quick kiss to my mama.
Bye, house.
Say bye-bye, house.
We're on the road. It's official. With a cat that won't shut up. It's going really well. First full day of our
On Herod
lives.
Mountain.
Of our lives, full-time RVing.
These are the days of our lives.
Right, what he said. We are in Nashville, and it's just as cold here as it is in Ohio.
17.
So, yes, it's 41 right now, but it's been in the teens. So our first night was pretty much space heater and fireplace, cold, but we were good. The downside is there's a freeze warning, so we don't have water hookup, and we still have to de-winterize our camper. So that's been fun. We're like legit camping right now. Eventually we'll be glamping, but right now we are legit camping. 2 more days left of the freeze warning, and then we can hook our water up and feel normal again, but we're surviving it fine. And we're on our way to the Opryland Mall right now.
What do you got in there? Ooh, look at the waffles on that thing.
Ooh. Opening it all up.
Good juicy chicken. A little bit of heat at the bottom. Woo! Damn hot. It's good.
Yeah? That's hot.
Perfectly cooked. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
Okay, if you're going to the back of the kitchen to tell the cook to do something different. Are you telling him to do anything different?
I am.
What's that going to be?
He needs to add more sauce to the Nashville hot chicken.
Okay. One of the things that we often complain about is how food tastes after a drive when you get it to go. And the French fries are still really crispy.
Baked beans are delicious. They have barbecue sauce in them. They're really good. Coleslaw is the only thing I would adjust.
To something sweeter, right?
A little sweeter.
We like the sweet coleslaw.
5 spice levels. I got the damn hot. Word of warning for anyone. If you don't like spicy, go below the hot.
Quick review on Two Rivers Campground in Nashville, Tennessee. I would say highlights here are that the sites were pretty easy to pull into. There's a lot of room for pulling in. And we are probably a quarter of a mile, maybe a half a mile, I'd say, to the Opryland. Lots of really good restaurants, not as much fast food, but lots of good restaurants. We are on a back-end site, site 209. 2 spots from the bathhouse. Not so pleased with the laundromat. It's very old, which I know a lot of them are, but these are extremely old. They only take coins, quarters, $2 for a load. Washing machines are extremely small. The dryers are big though, they're like industrial size. And then you'll see it is 50 cents for 10 minutes. We actually did 2 loads of laundry yesterday. 2 loads for 20 minutes total. So the total for laundry for us yesterday was about $6 for 2 loads. So not bad, but the quality is not there. You will notice there are pull-through sites. Nashville also got a lot of rain and a lot of snow, so there is a lot of water standing, and then the sites are very muddy. Some of them are okay, but ours was extremely muddy. But you're pretty basic campground. The main store up here also has firewood, laundry, bathrooms. There is a pool, but it's closed because it is January. We are right next to I-65, and we are in between the Nashville KOA and Gander RV and Camping World. There's a playground, which I would not call that a playground, but there's a couple little fun things for kids to play with. Our kid seems to not mind it so much, so.
He can have some warm milk at bedtime to help him sleep.
Thank you, Dr. Brown Bear, says Mama Pig. You're welcome. You and me.
Didn't get to record this, but Dave just installed this guy that we got at Camping World. Dave, you did the smaller one?
The bigger one.
The bigger one. Okay, so the smaller one came on the camper, and then Dave installed this larger one so that we can keep the extra hose. How's it going here?
Hola. You like me to flop pillow?
Are you ready to go further south tomorrow? What? Okay, go ahead.
Hi, headed to downtown Nashville. Gonna check it out, see what's going on, trying to get there before dark. We had to work today.
Every day. We travel on the weekends, so it doesn't really help us much during the week to be able to see things, but hopefully as we slow down with work a little bit and it's not so cold, we can get out sooner. But you can see Nashville traffic right now. Not fun. making a quick stop at some of my favorite stores that are right next to each other. Ross and Burlington. Yay! We just pulled into the Opryland, and guess how much parking is?
$33.
Yeah. Dave said let's not go, but we're making a YouTube channel for you guys, so you all owe us $33 for parking. Okay, nobody owes us $33 anymore. It was free for 20 minutes. We drove around and realized we didn't know how to get in. And then I Googled it and saw somebody said park at the Opryland Mills Mall and walk over. So that's what we're doing. Totally lost in the Opryland trying to find dinner. We found a restaurant, Fuse Sports Bar. There is no one in here, but we have the best spot, and it's a Friday night. Easton's about to color. You want some chicken nuggets? Yeah?
No, one corn dog and Cheetos.
Corn dog and Cheetos. Okay, this is carne asada, right? Loaded fries. Jalapenos, guacamole, carne asada, pico, cheese, all the goods. So I guess I need to get a little bit of everything on here. Oh gosh, this isn't going to be pretty. Good. What are you telling the chef? This is Dancing with the Chefs, you know.
I would put all this stuff on the side. That way your fries don't get soggy.
Yeah.
And then you go with your fries into it. Because all the fixings are really good. The pico is really fresh. The jalapeno is fresh.
Yeah, the jalapeno looks really fresh. We are unhooking and leaving Nashville, headed to Tuscaloosa, Alabama for one night, and then we're on to Biloxi, Mississippi.
Hi, friends.
And family,
And people we don't know.
hopefully.
Some of you are out there.
So you just watched our trip to Nashville, and now we're going to talk about a few things that we recommend or don't recommend.
The highs and the lows.
Right. So let's talk about must-sees first.
If you've never been, you should definitely be downtown.
Yes, go downtown, check out the restaurants, great music. Almost everywhere you go, there's great music and good food. And if you're scared because of COVID or you have kids and you don't want to go into the bars, just driving around down there is really cool.
It was fun.
We've been to Nashville many times, but downtown Nashville never gets old. It's very fun. We've been there in our
Different
days,
every time.
and we've been there in our days before a child and after a child. It's a lot more fun without kids. Don't get me wrong, but it can still be fun with kids. Probably not 4 years old, maybe a little older, but there's a lot to see and
Like
do down
22.
there. There's a lot to see and do down there. So, Opryland, also a really cool place. Very, very pretty, especially in the wintertime for the holidays. So I would definitely recommend checking out Opryland. All right, next on our list, the third thing on our list, I think we're going to do like a top 3, would be Opry Mills Mall.
Yes, lots to see and do there.
Lots of stores, lots of restaurants. You could spend literally all day walking around there. Next on our list, must-eats.
Mm-hmm.
So in no particular order, I'm going to mention Santa Fe, which has continuously been on our top every time we come to Nashville.
Chicken fingers were delicious.
Chicken fingers, sweet potato fries, regular fries,
The ribs.
the butter.
the steak.
Let's talk about the butter.
Cinnamon butter.
The butter and the rolls. Like, for our friends and family back in Cincinnati, it doesn't even, to me, come close to Texas Roadhouse. And that's the only thing I can kind of relate it to.
We've had Santa Fe 4 times in the last 2 years, and all 4 times were perfect.
Yeah. So we got Santa Fe to go for dinner one night, and then we ended up getting it 2 more times for lunch while we were in town. And the chicken fingers, we got a dinner size, and it was like $15. And you got about 10 chicken fingers and 2 orders of, like, we did sweet potato fries and regular fries. You can get whatever you want. But for $15 for lunch, it was really good. And the campground is, 2 or 3 minutes from Santa Fe. It's literally, you don't even have to go out on a main road.
Yeah, not far.
Yeah. So definitely recommend Santa Fe. The next thing on our list is
Hattie B's.
Hattie B's. Delicious.
Yum.
We won't miss Hattie B's if we come back to Nashville again.
Nope.
I actually went in and got the food for us to go. You saw that in our video. So we're not going to talk a whole lot about it because we talked a lot about it in our video, but definitely recommend. I'm obsessed with Nashville hot chicken, and it was by far the best Nashville hot chicken I've ever had. And then third on our list is one of our favorite restaurants that we found in Tennessee a year ago, or less than a year ago, but we found it again in Nashville and had to check it out.
Connors.
Connors is awesome. It's a great place to get steak. The only thing that we would not recommend would be
The salad.
the salad. Salad's not very good. I mean, not that they're not fresh. They're just not, it's just a very basic salad for a place that has very good food.
Deviled egg appetizer. Can't go wrong. Steaks. As good as you get.
Yes, definitely. And they come with a lot of like the toppings. So you can do like the blue cheese. You can do the truffle butter, which
Truffle butter is where we're at.
the only way to go.
Yeah.
It's so good. And then finally, a campground review. So we're going to talk about Two Rivers Campground in the Opryland area. First and foremost, it's a great location. Fantastic location. It is right off of 65, and it's right next to Santa Fe, Logan's Roadhouse, Opryland, Opry Mills Malls. There's a lot to do around there, a lot. But we weren't a giant fan of the campground. If it wouldn't have been wintertime and we would have wanted to have some of the amenities and stuff, we probably would have been unhappier.
The playground was maybe the worst you've seen.
Sketch.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen it in the video. Easton would not have had fun there on a normal basis. Just it was probably from my childhood. And they haven't upgraded it. The grounds were all muddy, and that's none of their control. But there was no gravel. We were sold as a gravel spot, and it was very little gravel.
Lots of mud and water.
Lots of mud. You couldn't step anywhere without tracking mud. The part I will say about them is the people were very friendly. The bathrooms were super clean.
I wasn't happy with the laundry. It just wasn't, compared to the bathrooms, it wasn't clean, or as clean as I would like, and they were so outdated. The washers and dryers were probably older than us. I did like that they accepted Amazon packages, because we did get some of those, of course. And they call you to let you know your package is in, so that's also really nice.
We would stay there again, but we would not stay if we were going for amenities. We would stay simply because price was very good and the location is as good as it gets.
And I think the best part of the spots were there was a decent amount of space between them. So if you're somebody who doesn't like the tight spots, it's good for that. And it was also really easy for us to back into it. We weren't in a tight spot. There wasn't like trees and obstructions or anything. It made it very simple. And it was actually our first time backing in at a park since we've gotten our new fifth wheel. I would give the campground like a 2.5 out of 5, only because I feel like it was a good campground. I felt safe. I could get to everything I wanted to in walking distance. The full hookup was good. The people were really nice, and affordability was very good. The price was right.
Yeah, everything you just said, it's a 3 out of 5.
Okay, so 3 out of 5 is what we're going with.
2.5 would mean we wouldn't probably go back. 3 out of 5, I would go back. It would definitely be a place I'd stop, like if I was on my way to Florida.
Next week, we are heading to, I'm ruining this because my shirt says it, But we are already here, so we're not going to talk about it. You'll see it in our next video. But we're heading to Biloxi, Mississippi, stopping through Tuscaloosa, Alabama overnight, one night before we head to Biloxi for a week. And while we're in Biloxi, we'll check out the beach, but we're also going to take a day trip over to
New Orleans.
Yay, first time for both of us there. So we're really excited about that. We're going on a day where the weather is nice.
Oh, when the Saints come marching in. Oh, when the Saints
You're
come
shaking our camera.
marching in.
So we will see you next week in Biloxi.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
What do we do to love? What do we do to love?